First up on the roll call of officers.
Sam Yui,
Here.
Tom Okenfoos.
Here.
Phil Loida.
Here.
And I am here. We have a quorum.
All right. I think the approval of the agenda is in order.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll second that.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Ayes have it. Minutes from the last meeting. Did everybody get a chance to read the minutes? That was...
I don't think I did, but that's,
Actually,
you guys are good with them.
Do you want,
bless you. Mercy. I call this meeting over. I gotta leave.
A shot of water. It's a fresh one.
You stay your 6 feet over there.
You can keep that.
we have a
Thank you, Sam. I think everything was in order like what I read.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Got a motion on the floor.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Phil. To accept the minutes as written. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Okay, then we go treasurer's report.
Okay.
Susie.
We have all kinds of stuff. We have bills from Handy Tech. Tom has a lot of like receipts that we reimbursed him for, and then his time.
We had a lot of just
And I'm
miscellaneous
like,
stuff with trying to set pumps up, and Norm went and had to buy a bunch of stuff. And
Emergency action.
I actually did two under my own, used my own money, and then Sue reimbursed me for, we twisted a drive shaft, we got that fixed.
You wanna see-
Carter job fixed that for us. What was the other thing?
We are gonna have hours turned in by Sam too.
I don't think you turned enough hours in.
I, using the money I get from being president, I deduct that. It's part of it. That's
Okay.
kind of what I wanted to do. I know we were there
Did you keep track of my hours?
60, 70 hours.
I did not. Because I normally just take care of mine, I usually take care of mine and whatever things on the levee. And then,
That's fine.
Oki asked me to keep track of his hours. So no, I did not keep track of your hours.
That's fine.
Was, weren't you there?
On this day right here,
This
I was
is
there.
for the side by side?
Hours, 4 hours.
No, well,
So four.
Four.
That was from the, yeah, that,
side by side?
So
It
you're,
was the
that was
same thing
kind of-
on the
that's what
build
that-
trailer.
the big bill
Built
was.
trailers, stuff like that.
Yeah, that was-
Or, built hoses.
1,800.
And
Dollars.
then
Yeah.
Tuesday, or the 12th, whatever that was, we were down
And they
there
kind of
with the
put it to
tractors.
us, I think.
I
I
stayed
looked
down
at
helping the
one
tractor
of them.
run.
That's
Check the
John Deere
tractors
for you.
out and all that.
That's John Deere
I don't know
for
what
you.
date
yeah,
that was.
oh, yeah.
When did all this stuff start?
I could have bought
Bleak
a
for-
Oh, yeah, that was
actuator
just a
off
second.
the internet.
Yeah.
and
That's when we
had it
done
sent
the
to me
hoses
for
and all that, yeah.
$400.
So it was
The
the
second I
actuator?
had 4 hours and the third 4 hours.
They didn't even, they just bought a new one and put it on. I said, well, I want the old
And
one.
just for,
Did you get it?
there's no time.
No,
on
I
it.
took the
They
old
don't
one
have
home and
time.
fixed
My
it.
light.
Oh,
plant.
okay, okay. Well, that's what I said.
I got it, I'm
Did you
gonna
get
Light
it?
put it on
plant,
the shelf for,
auxiliary light
if
plant.
we didn't need
I
another
do
one, we got a
quarry and
spare.
wood jobs. For night light,
Unless
it's
I can
down
figure out
to
some way to
$11,000.
make me a grapple
there.
for the front of my tractor.
There you
I'm
go.
not charging
I've
for it.
been thinking about
Not until it
that.
runs, you know, it's kind of how.
Just an actuator,
But it is there if it's needed at night.
That's an expensive actuator. What was wrong
it's
with
just
it?
something to
So we
close
didn't
when
know
you
what we
roll
was
it
gonna
back
get
and put
into.
it
And this man, we need,
What was
I
wrong
need
with
some
it?
light here, so I got a light plant.
I don't know. Buzz, it didn't work, and we
So then you're just
took it
gonna
apart,
charge
and Buzz got on the
$8
internet,
total, yeah.
Okay.
and, you had to
Because, yeah, I was there and I done
loosen
work.
something up and get it pushed
But-
back in, like it was
A
airlocked.
lot of the work I done wasn't,
More or less.
wasn't worth it. You know what I'm
So
They
saying?
didn't do diddly, they just.
I did not
put a new one on
even
it.
get on here to make money.
So this stuff, these bills from the county bills from when we did work on the office.
There you go.
No, yeah.
And these.
Did you see this one already for
No.
that PTO stuff? Yeah.
Got in my glasses.
Same here. Yeah.
And this is, from Napa, that is, for D-rings for anchor points at the levee.
That's where we tie over. That was quarter joggers. What's this one?
Those were your
Oh,
receipts.
no, me. John Deere. Mm-hmm. Yorkshire. All right.
So, I got a question on this Equipment Pro. Labor field service call. Troubleshoot pump 1, remove pump 1, or tech. So are we being billed from Equipment Pro for troubleshooting that pump? It should be under warranty. Am I looking at that wrong?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too, because.
I thought that was for troubleshooting 3, when they went over and did all.
Well, I can't, they've got it listed there at the bottom.
Yeah.
Or techs,
Says
troubleshooting.
troubleshoot pump 1, remove pump 1.
Yeah. Wouldn't that all be under warranty?
Yeah, it does say 1.
Yeah. I know they spent some time looking at 3,
Yeah.
so I got no problems with
Yeah.
that. But I'm questioning, okay, if this pump is under warranty, are we paying for them to pull pump 1?
Well, I think it's worth a question, Dylan.
I
What does
ain't,
the
I ain't trying
warranty
to beat
cover?
anybody out of any money.
Yeah.
I'm a businessman. I don't like being beat out of money. I'm not trying to beat
Yeah.
anybody out of money, but warranty is a warranty. So it's just a question that I have.
Yeah.
Did we get a written copy of that warranty?
I think it was verbal. I don't think, I
Show
never
what
did
it
see a
covered?
written warranty. But typically, most warranties are a year long.
I can look back in emails
Okay.
from them. But so your
My question is-
question the warranty on pump 1 for,
Yes, are we paying for them to troubleshoot
troubleshoot.
pump 1 and to remove pump 1 while it's under warranty, or? I'm a little confused
okay,
on it.
Okay. Well,
I will find that.
But at the same time, I'd rather pay that than if they didn't find anything wrong with pump 1.
other
Other
than
than
that,
that,
switch.
that junction box switch, which they ordered a new one.
Actually, they ordered
Ordered 2, so they have a
One
spare.
for pump 3 too.
Okay.
That's on another
So-
sheet here.
But I believe that they ordered O-ring kits too for that.
We need a.
I'm just wondering what we're paying for if the pump's under warranty. That's my question, is why are we paying things for something under warranty?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Let's hold off on.
And like I said, I'm not trying to beat anybody out of any money. If we owe, we owe it.
Yeah,
But typically under warranty, there's no charge.
yeah. Shouldn't they?
I will find that out.
So let's, just hold off on that and I'll go
Yeah.
talk to them
Okay.
tomorrow. And let's just hold that one out for now.
Okay.
Because we're gonna have some, more paperwork with them anyway.
Yeah.
Was that switch or that sensor replaced when they serviced that pump?
See, I don't know, 'cause we never got nothing from them. Or I never seen anything from them as far as what they replaced and what they did. Now, the other question concerning Equipment Pro, EPI, are they using OEM parts?
Well, this switch is not.
It's a different
It's a different,
type of switch.
yeah, Dean swore up and down, it's a lot newer, better
Sure,
switch
sure.
than 30 years ago.
Well, that switch is archaic and it just, I don't even know how, it's mounted up at the top of the box rather than the bottom of the box. So you've got a box mostly full before that switch even
Goes in there,
flips.
yeah.
So that's a poor design.
Well, that's what the
I'm just
seals
concerned
and
about
gaskets
spending so
say.
much money on a pump and using inferior parts
Yeah,
and it failing when we need it to be running.
Yeah.
I mean, even with my own equipment, I would spend the extra money for OEM parts
yeah.
versus off the market or oddball
We
stuff.
don't know that it's off the market.
Well, I don't.
Yeah,
No, I
this
don't.
is-
That's what I'm asking.
This is from a flight dealer, that, what we got, he ordered them, they don't get along with Mandeville.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I spent 3 hours dealing with that stuff.
And I
that
understand
feud between the two companies, and it's like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm dealing with each individual company on its own merits,
yeah,
and I don't care about no feud between you two.
exactly.
Plain simple, and you know me, I don't pull no punches. I call it, say it the way I see it.
Okay.
So are you gonna go out there? and-
Yeah, I'll go
You
by
can
there
have
and,
this. I have 2 copies of it.
okay, let me have that, and I'll go by there and just question
Okay,
Dean.
yeah.
If we owe it, we owe it.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm just, I wonder about that because of warranty.
Yeah.
So there's the warranty question, and then my
And
other
for what they
question.
did, I really, that's not very much for,
Oh, no, I charge more than that.
yeah, I thought it was very reasonable even if,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, and that's
I
why I
think-
say, I'm not
let
trying to
me
beat
go talk
anybody
to
out,
him.
but a warranty is a warranty,
And
and
if-
we need to clarify that.
Well, if that's for, I mean, checking that out, that one guy, John was down
Yeah,
there, I don't know, I was with him probably 4 hours
yeah, yeah,
that day.
yeah,
And then there's 4 technicians for unbolting everything and getting that ready.
yeah.
That was the
Well-
day prior to that.
Yeah, well, we're all here under taxpayer money.
Yeah.
And so we have to be good stewards of how the taxpaying money is used.
Right.
And so that's why I question.
Okay.
And same way with the OEM parts. That's why I question.
Well, I was told it was ordered from out of Florida.
Yeah,
from
I
a
realize
flight
that.
dealer out of Florida.
As long as it's a flight dealer. Okay.
Maybe an upgraded switch to flight is stepped up to.
Well, yes, because some of that stuff on this odor of a pump is obsolete.
Just want to say it may just be an
Yes.
upgraded
Yes.
switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we ought to get all our bills in order here and, let me do a check-in on this.
Okay.
If we owe it to them.
Yeah,
Let's
hey.
decide this evening and
Yeah.
tell them I'll get you a check in the mail if we owe
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Let's approve all our bills.
Yeah, absolutely. I
And then
agree.
let me do a little extra check before we write this, and Sue, I'll go out and talk to Dean. So, we need a motion to
I'll make a motion to pay the bills that were presented.
present it with me checking on that one.
Yeah, with you checking on that one
Okay.
and managing it as needed.
And that way, if we do owe it and he just insists we have to pay that, then it'll be passed and we'll I
Yeah.
can get Sue to cut him a check.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we're gonna check on it first. Very good.
Sounds good to me, I'll second that.
Motion on the floor, seconded by Sam. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Bills shall be paid. Okay. Did you ever give the treasurer's report?
No, but I deposited that CD that matured for the 87,702.79, and then we made the first payment, that half, the 50% to
Okay.
Vandy Banner. And that still left us with a balance of 60,000
Okay. In our checking.
in our checking. Yep.
Okay.
And then, I mean, we still have like the other
But as of-
CDs.
With that being said, also, that
Didn't we cancel?
Bell housing was canceled.
Yeah, I got the email on that.
Yeah, I just talked
We
to Nick
changed
today,
plans.
and it is canceled. There is, so actually, that wasn't on, that should be 231,000. We done paid 3/4 of the bill now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause,
Unless we gotta order the Bell housing.
Bell housing was, I wanna say it was 31,000. Let me pull it up. 'Cause he did
Well, how come they
finally.
never did give us a real price of that thing?
Well, it was a runaround trying to get the price. But I finally did get the price.
Which we can still order that thing, and we'll just.
Yes, we can still.
They were gonna put it on a ship.
Yeah,
Well, it'd take a month to get over here.
yeah.
If we get the pump done,
Unless they put
need
it, unless they put it on a plane.
Put it on
Suction
a
bell
plane.
mouth, suction bell mouth is roughly $32,000.
32.
Basic repair kit is 41,000, is roughly 41,000.
Yeah, right.
They won't give me
It
a
won't
solid
give you
number,
a solid number.
so. So the suction bell mouth is roughly $32,000 of that 231, yes. And Sue, if you want me to forward these emails to you, confirmation of the canceling that bell and all that, I can.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
forward it to you.
Okay, I had this is from Nick, from Vanderbilt today. I got this. Just read the whole, and then you can read it then, Norm, too. But it kind of says the insurance company wanted to come there and a metallurgical person.
Yeah, yeah.
Is gonna
It's a
inspect.
forensic inspector.
Forensic inspector. And he didn't know if we wanted all these to be done, you know. Before he just said, yeah, go ahead, he was gonna get our permission. Can I let that guy inspect it? and
Yeah,
do all that?
yeah.
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I have to call him, or I told him I would, or you
Yeah, he's
would.
just saying, you know.
When we finish the
heard
meeting
from
this
that guy.
evening, we'd give him a holler and tell him, yeah, go ahead. But I wanted to check with Sam and you
Yeah.
and Sue if
I
you all thought it was a good idea, and I think it is.
Yeah.
So, I think that's one of the guys. I've dealt with so many insurance people lately. Okay, that's the one Kyle
I'm
Reynolds.
probably
told me
getting ahead
about.
of our, get back to the board here. So our bills are paid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Can I
good
have
there.
those?
You want these,
You do. Thank you.
and I know what all them are. That's good. And we're on treasure report yet, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done with treasurer's report.
Yeah, I just wanted everybody to get to read that. Sam, you already read it, didn't you? Okay, let's get back to this. On the treasurer report, we are finished there. Bills will be paid. So we'll move on to superintendent's report. Norm?
Where would you like me to begin?
Just on the beginning, I guess.
All right.
Short and
A
sweet.
few things happened since the last
A
meeting.
lot of things have happened since then. So, anybody that does not know, all of our pumps went failed. And that was, let's see, that was on Friday the 1st, May 1st. At that, we already had pump 2 pulled previous to that. And then on Friday, May 1st,
Thursday the 29th, or Friday it was the 29th when the pump failed.
Friday the
One
1st,
failed.
that's right,
Uh,
Friday the 1st.
No, that's when pump 3 failed,
The
wasn't it?
generator was
That's
the
when
29th, I
Pump
didn't
3,
know that.
no. pump
Friday the
3
1st,
failed.
I've got it on my
Yeah.
time sheet here, Friday the 1st,
Yeah.
I came in at 2 o'clock in the morning to
Right.
pump.
That's when pump
Yeah.
3
That's
failed.
when pump 1 failed and pump 3 failed. Because by 6 o'clock, 6:15, I had nothing.
Yeah.
I still had 4 feet of water I needed to move,
Right, because our,
but I was dead in the water. So Friday, May 1st, all pumps were down. So we went into emergency operation to get techs out there and to remove, and we was already scheduled to remove I guess that was 3. 1 did go down earlier.
yeah, one went down.
Because I was down
That's
to
the one
1
that
pump,
you guys-
yes, I was down to 1 pump.
Stopped.
Yeah.
Yes, I was down to,
One Thursday.
pardon my, correct myself. So pump 3 went down on Friday, May 1st. I do not, so I don't have a day down here in my notes of when pump 1 went down.
I had it on the 29th for that insurance report.
Okay,
How did we get the thing pulled? So when did we pull that?
we pulled that on that, well, we pulled it on that Friday.
Friday.
That
Yeah,
Friday.
That's
pulled it
correct.
on morning.
That's why we were
Because I got right
pumping the
here,
water down. We pulled it on Friday.
because I
Yeah.
got
It
it right
quit on
here.
Thursday.
From 8:15 to 12, we pulled pump 1.
Yeah.
And they came in the day before to pull, or to start unbolting everything. So, with 3 going down on Friday, May 1st, we were in emergency operations at that point, with dead in the water with pumps. So I made some phone calls, got pumps arranged with the Corps of Engineers, and then coordinated with half a dozen people,
Yeah.
Phil included, to get tractors and pumps and trailers. We had to go to Granite City to get the pumps, and we got 3 pumps. And I looked on my sheets, they were 12-inch pumps.
Yeah, they're 12-inch.
Yeah. And so they had told me 10 inches,
Yeah.
but I looked on the sheet and they did actually have it marked down 12. So, which is way under inadequate for what we need, if we had anything severe. So we know for next time what we need to do. So Saturday, we had started out with, what, 10 people? I think it was
Something
10
like that,
people,
yeah.
started out Saturday morning with 10 people to set everything up. By noon, we were down to 7. Got it all set up. That took 13 hours to get it all set up. And then, and that was including 2 hours of pump time on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we spent 8 hours, 8.5 hours pumping. And then pumped again on Monday for 5 hours and 45 minutes. And then
Tuesday we opened the gate.
Tuesday, we opened the gates.
Yeah. That was a blessing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It saved our bacon. Because we should have, well, I thought, they told me 10-inch pumps, so I could make calculation for 10-inch pumps. And it would have taken 15 of them to equal 1 of our pumps.
Yeah.
We don't have the room for 15 pumps. let alone discharge for 15
Yeah,
pumps.
did good to get 3 in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we could have
could
got
probably
another
get-
fourth one. We
Oh,
could have got
yeah, we
another
could
fourth
put it-
one in there.
Maybe 2 on that one
Yeah,
side,
Yeah.
or 2 more with Billy, if we just have to move them over.
Yeah. So,
Get them in there square.
so now we have an emergency action plan in case we have another scenario where all the pumps go down.
Yeah,
Hopefully we never have to do that again. We do have to start thinking about coordinating to get everything tore down and back
Yeah.
to Granite City. Because I only have them pumps for 30 days.
yeah.
And then,
I'm
I
hoping.
figured we'd wait till at least we had a pump that.
that's what I'm,
Yeah.
that's what
But
I'm gonna be calling
That's what
the
I'm
Corps.
assuming, but hopefully, that
Yeah.
happens sooner than later too.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm hoping for, and I'm gonna call the Corps and verify that they're okay with that. And we're expecting within a week or two to get one pump back?
Yeah, hopefully next week maybe.
Okay,
I'm gonna go over tomorrow and ask about this.
okay,
Maybe get a date when he
Okay.
thinks he's gonna
Yeah.
be. The way he told me, it would be not this week, but
Yeah.
the first of next week,
yeah.
or maybe even, the end of the week.
Okay, all right. Well, so long as we got a heads up so that we can plan,
Yeah,
so that I don't have to just drop what I'm doing
yeah.
and do it. This all can run very smoothly if it's planned.
Oh, yeah, yeah, exactly.
Uh,
I'll check on that tomorrow, make sure what time or
Okay.
when they think they're gonna be finished with
Okay,
it. As far as I know, they got all the parts and everything, it's ready to, they're putting it back together the way he told us the other day, didn't it, Sam?
Yeah, it sounded like they were starting to go back
Yeah.
together.
okay. So the rest of the time, multiple different times, I've been going back and forth with insurance on the phone. I had 5 of them that contacted me personally, and I dealt with, but there was one other, this last guy that Nick mentioned. I guess Sue, I guess you talked to them. I can't pronounce the last name. It looks like a Slavic name.
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
So I didn't deal with them, but I dealt with each of the other insurance people, and 2 of them is just I had to give a statement to. And the rest of them were the actual inspectors that were coming out.
When you come down yesterday for
Yeah.
the fire
For
inspector,
Della Moore.
Norm pulled up on his phone. He's got a little camera shooting right at the gauges on the generator, on the gen set. And she said that was the lifesaver
Yeah.
for her. She said,
Well-
it's all right there.
Yeah.
It wasn't overloaded, it wasn't
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, because all you had to do
My
is
head
blow up.
go by, 15 minutes prior to that, checking it, and it went out and it was on fire. The insurance man came today.
Yeah,
Yep, you had a fire. That's all he said. And he wasn't there 2 minutes.
I know.
And he said, I got everything, she's got it all documented, got everything.
Everybody's got to get a piece of the pie.
And
Just like doctors.
it really sounded very positive. They're gonna take care of our.
No pun
What's that
intended.
supposed to mean?
No pun intended, Bill. But anything critical down there, I've got a camera on it,
Yeah.
just for stuff like that.
And I think that
Vandalism,
was very
whether it's
important.
equipment
And
failure
Yeah.
or vandalism, if it's critical, it's got a camera on it.
So hopefully we'll be hearing from them. And I guess we have to call it generator people back and tell them, we want to get started or.
They should be doing their own investigation as to whether
Well,
they're
that's
going to
what they
replace it or
told
not.
us,
Yeah.
when he was there, but that.
Well, I've given them
I
everything
haven't heard anything.
I've given everything they need.
Okay,
A statement, and then the video of the generator. Unless they have some other question,
yeah,
we should be done with it, and we should be, the next thing we hear from them should be whether they're gonna pay for it or whether we're just SOL.
Okay. Well, they sounded very positive today that, you know, we'll get some bids and.
Yeah. And we probably ought to start on
We'll be in
that.
touch and write you a check,
Yeah.
more or less what he said.
And we should probably be,
That sounds
Yeah.
start looking into that, and getting some bids. I would recommend a little bit bigger than what we got. The biggest,
Well, that's what that guy-
the biggest that generator or that engine will handle.
That's what that Generac man was gonna do. He
Okay.
took all the numbers, everything off to Cummins,
Yes,
and was gonna see what it would, if they could up the horsepower
Yeah.
on that with, just by
Sure.
more fuel.
Yes.
And then go with a little bit bigger genset.
yes.
So,
Because nothing is gonna hold up. I'm surprised we got as many hours out of that generator as we have, because ain't nothing gonna hold up electrically when you're running 90% all the time.
yeah,
It's too much of a load.
yeah.
Well, then when you got one running and you're starting the other one, you got that locked rotor on it.
Yes.
It
you got that
surges it
surge.
way over,
Yes.
over 100%.
Yes,
Till it gets you spinning.
yes.
And probably locked rotor's probably 900 amps or better on them when they start.
Try a little bit higher than that.
Well,
More
usually
like
it's
12,
twice what its running load is.
Yeah, it's usually, I think the startup amps on them motors are between 12 and 1400 amps.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you've got one running pulling 600 amps. You
Yeah.
start that second one, it's wonder it's not tripping out.
Yeah. But it's only briefly. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is a wonder it ain't tripping out, but yeah, it's only a brief moment that's pulling that extra amp.
Mhm.
And that's why we have to start the
So-
cross the line pump first before we start the soft start, because the soft start will take more amperage starting than it does just once it levels out.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But then to justify the larger generator, because it had that locked rotor,
Yeah,
spontaneous load,
Yeah.
that could knock a brush out or anything like that.
yeah, sure. So, and really that's the gist of, I mean, just a condensed gist of the emergency operations for the last couple of weeks. We need to start thinking on,
That's good that we got a plan, at least we have.
We now have a
kinda
plan.
have a plan.
And-
If it ever happens again, we'll just
and I'm gonna
go
start
through the Corps and get our pumps from them. That's-
when we take these pumps back, I'm going to nail down a firmer plan for diesel pumps rather than PTO driven pumps.
Yeah,
they have
that would be a
diesel.
lot easier.
Yes, it would be a whole lot easier.
Yeah, just put a diesel pump.
A lot less coordinating. There was 100 moving parts down there.
Well, then one of our tractors failed,
Yes,
so we went out there, so we
Yes.
were down,
that's 5,500 gallons, minimum 5,500 gallons that were down.
Yeah,
when
and
a
that was the
tractor goes
newest
down.
tractor,
Yeah, so.
The antiques just kept making noise, pumping water.
Pumping water.
Yeah. So, that's really all I got, concerning that. I know there is some new business concerning a new design,
Yeah,
and I've got
we're gonna get it.
information on that, so I'll come back
Okay.
to that.
On old business, Ryan took the mowing over. I guess did he send us a bill yet?
He has. It was in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
I must have missed that. That's all right.
Yeah. Okay.
But we know what he's up, so that's all. The only thing we had from last meeting that we verified the mowing, and Ryan does us a good job. I seen he had actually, instead of weed eating, he chose to spray around the signs. And I said, that's fine with me, go ahead, but that's on your ticket. So,
Okay.
other than that, I don't have nothing.
Yeah, as long as the spraying ain't costing us, I mean,
Right, no, that's it.
by spraying
I
it,
said he either
he's
mows or
saving
weed
himself
eats.
some more time.
Yeah,
He's saving himself time by spraying it rather than weed
Right.
eating it every time,
right.
so.
So anyway, that's what I was thinking about, old business. The other thing is the gator that John Deere Billy has seen. It was dead in the water. And the battery was dead.
The lift was dead.
Bed went up in the air and we couldn't get it to come down, so that's why they had to put a new dump mechanism on it, what do you call it, actuator on it. And so that's all back and we got a fuel tank on it, and that's what we're using, all our fuel for them tractors, so that's all working good. I don't like anything other than old business, that's all I have. Sam, you got anything?
This may be on old business or whatever, but I noticed that poison hemlock is taking over down there. That's something we need to talk with Mr. Nagger about, trying to get that nipped in the bud, because that is toxic to cattle. And we need to curb that so it doesn't
And
get
it's
out of.
over along the railroad tracks,
It's
right?
along railroad tracks and down the ditches and everything down there. It's really taking that whole drainage area over.
That's something we
And
probably, when we
need
spray.
to-
we'll
Need to
have
get on that
spray
sooner than later so it doesn't go to seed.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we don't want our hay so they can't use it.
Yeah,
That stuff gets in there, we can't.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll have to spray that then.
yeah.
Now, do we
Okay.
have to wait till the crops are out to do that, or?
No, it's not actually out in the fields any, it's
Okay.
over along the railroad tracks,
Yeah.
by the entrance, ain't it?
The
Where
entrance,
crossing and stuff.
there's some down by the airfield in that ditch there.
Oh, is there?
But I'll take care of that. I don't want to let it get started because we got kids and everything else down there. And
Okay,
I'll spray that myself.
I'll let you show me what it looks like, I don't know.
Yeah,
what
'cause
it
I
is.
don't know what it looks like.
Bob Donovan brought it to my attention.
Oh,
It's got
okay.
little white flowers on it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's much more prevalent right now. I don't know what happened upstream, but it's throughout the creeks.
Somebody maybe cut a bunch of them, left it next to the bank of the creek, and then when it rained, got into the creek.
Yeah,
Well, I've been watching, you know, and you get down around St. Mary, there's none down there.
It has never been here that I've seen in the past 10 years.
Yeah, it's just something that's come in, so we need to try to
Yeah,
control that in our levee system.
yeah, we don't want
Yeah,
them
but
on
it
our
spreads
grass.
that easy, that's not good either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I've been fortunate. I've spent all my life outdoors, and I don't even know what it looks like.
Yeah.
Well, something relatively new to this
Okay.
area.
Okay.
Okay, let's get back to the business here. We'll go to new business. And I think, well, all our new business is
Related to
getting our pumps going and getting them in. We need, hopefully, number one will be done next week. And I'll get with Artisan to get a crane. And when it goes in, we're also gonna have another crew there from Pump Pro to be taking out pump 3, so we'll set one in, and then when the crane can get loose, he'll come over here, pull that one up and set it on the deck, and they wanna maybe put a little scaffolding around it or whatever, where they can get up safely and pull that head off there and change that same switch. They ordered 2 of them on their,
Oh, so they're just gonna fix
they
it right on the
think,
trailer?
they think that pump, if it's not wet, when they go inside that thing, they think that switch is the same thing that probably kicked pump 1 out.
Okay,
And they think maybe that with that generator going on to blink, maybe it shorted them switches a little bit. But I know it went out when you were on shore fire.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause we waited one day
Yeah,
to pump. So that we
because the
could be
generator was
first of the
down,
month.
we didn't want to,
Yeah, we wanted to, if we
Didn't
had
wanna-
to go to shore power, we wanted to wait till the first of the month so we didn't have 2
That's
demand charges.
exactly why we
Yeah.
waited till May the
Yeah.
1st on Friday.
Yes,
and then we only got a couple hours out of it.
yeah, I only
So
got,
hopefully,
The demand, and still couldn't really.
If
Take
everything,
advantage
that
of
works
it.
like planned by next week, possibly we'll have 1 running.
yeah, I got
And
4.1,
a couple
4
of days,
hours.
maybe pump 2 would, or pump 3 would be able to, if it
Go, yeah.
megs out good, we'll just set it back in the hole.
Yeah.
Put this on hold until we wanna.
Well, if it negs out good, then they need to go ahead and service it, change the oil and everything while it's sitting there
Well,
on the
it's
deck.
sitting there.
Because they can do, I mean, that's the easiest way to do the maintenance on it.
Yep.
Go ahead, I don't remember when it's ever last been pulled.
I don't think it was ever pulled, I don't know.
I've been here 9 years and I've never done it.
Yeah, we have never touched one or two.
So, while it's on the deck, if it makes good, let's get the maintenance done on it while it's sitting there before we put it back in. They
Right.
can do that in one day.
Yeah, and I agree.
Yeah.
Nick with Bendiviner said, when you pull that thing out, I understand Pump Pro is gonna be there putting one in.
It's
But we would like
EPI,
to be there, and he actually said, two heads are better than one, maybe we both can figure out if that's that switch or.
I don't have
one
a
of
problem with it, but
I don't
they're
want
money hungry. They're all money
them
hungry.
bucking heads, you know.
Yeah, that's
Like
just
two
it.
bulls,
If
I
they want to act
tolerate
professionally, if they
that.
want to act professionally, and I know there's a long-standing feud
Yeah.
between them. If they want to act professionally, I don't have a problem with two heads.
Exactly, that's what I was saying
But
too.
the first time that they start taking snips at each other, somebody's leaving.
Yep, I agree.
What day do you think that's gonna happen?
I'm hoping, the way Dean told us, next week, he thought we would be getting the pump finished. And then
Then we
I'd
gotta
have to coordinate with
Artisan.
the crane, when we can get the crane next week.
I'd just like to be there
And
and pull that.
Artisan pulled another crane in, that they have a outage at the lime kiln right now. But they actually brought another crane that they didn't know if they were gonna need, which we could probably get it to pull the pump.
If they're gonna pull, pump 3 up and service it, I'd like to maybe look at that switch. I'd like to be there if it's
Okay.
possible. And one thing you mentioned, you said maybe, EPI said maybe the fire in the generator caused the problems with the,
It's a possibility. We, that night we were troubleshooting that, Vandy Banner was down, and we were all troubleshooting.
That was-
I don't think I billed for that. 'Cause I don't have it on my timesheet.
if that's the case, I would just want the adjuster and the fire inspector to know that, thus the insurance company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause there was one night I didn't get out there till 12:30, 1 o'clock that morning. Yeah, I got an extra some hours next month I got a bill for.
That was on Wednesday.
That was on a
Because I
Wednesday.
came on
I mean,
Thursday.
we got the
and
records
ran
down there.
pump two.
We got the records down there at the levee.
Yeah.
I just didn't clock in that night. So anyway, that night we were running, that I called everybody in. And we had, that was when pump one failed.
That's when you said it cavitated or jumped
That
around
was,
and
yes,
bouncing around.
yes.
And I went in and ran it the next day
And it ran fine.
and it ran perfect, just
Yeah.
as smooth as silk and ran, and that's when the,
I did tell the
The
inspector
generator
though,
caught fire.
yesterday, that we had, when we
No,
were,
then
this
it
is all
kicked out.
going, that the generator,
it just
showed,
kicked out. The generator
oh,
didn't quit then.
Because you were pumping.
Generator quit on
what
pump
was it,
three.
the code?
Yeah, you were running pump 3
Generator
or
quit
generator.
on pump three.
Over
Yeah.
So
current,
possibly that, maybe.
I think that was what it said,
Yeah,
over
that's
current,
what Anna did, that's.
and that's on video as well. So the interns already knows,
They should know.
yes, they already know about that. Nothing was hid from them. That's the purpose of the cameras. So we had that, over voltage. Over voltage is what the generator kicked out on.
And if it was over voltage, maybe that actually could have fried our switches.
Well, could be.
I don't know.
That's
We
what
don't,
that's what
we
the
don't even know if
inspectors-
that's gonna fix it. We hope it does.
Yeah, but that's their job to figure out. They've
Right.
given them all the information, gave them the video, the full-length video of how everything was run.
Okay.
So-
In that equipment, Norm, is there any surge protection built in that switching?
Yes and no. You've got a main breaker on that generator. It did not kick it.
Right, I mean on the pump,
On the
even if
pumps
it's running on.
itself, Bruce from BT Electric, he was paid to put surge protectors on each pump.
Right, that's what I'm saying, even if they're running on commercial power, it
It's
should be
surge
protected.
protected.
Surge protected.
After that lightning strike that wiped everything out,
That was my question.
Yeah,
I would
we-
assume they did, but I just wanted to ask, you know.
Yeah, as far as I know, they did. I think that's in the additional boxes up the top of the control panel. Cause it blew, at that time, we only had one box on the wall by the normal electrical, breakers.
Right,
And it has four fuses in there, and that was surge protection, and it blew 3 of the 4 when we took that lightning strike. And then that's when we decided we want surge protecting on all the pumps.
yeah, perfect, perfect.
Okay, well, we'll know more when we get
Yes.
started back with it.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And we'll keep everybody posted.
And so, on that note, it's possible that some damage was done to the generator from that original lightning strike because it knocked everything out. We went, I forget how long we went trying to troubleshoot, and it knocked the soft start out. It knocked 3 breakers out, the 3 main breakers, 4 of the pumps out. And then surge protectors on the wall. I mean, it did extensive damage. And a year later, we were still finding, because we had to go back and resubmit a claim on the soft start. If I remember right. Sue, do you remember on that?
We did.
I mean, we had to open the claim back up to add stuff.
Because, yeah, we never had.
Because
any
we never
order
had
running.
Is there a way that lightning could get through the transfer switch to get to the generator?
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Lightning-
clean
Yeah.
disconnect.
I mean, lightning can get through anything. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a momentary high voltage spark
Right.
that it can bypass even surge protectors. It can jump that.
Hmm.
I mean, it's a basic surge protectors or a basic kind of stop to it, but that doesn't guarantee.
Right.
So I mean, I don't think there is any 100% guarantee to stop lightning bolts
Right.
from getting through and damaging stuff. It's just like an EMP, basically. I mean, it's just a nanosecond pulse, and it fries everything.
Okay, let's move on to this, this drawing. Everybody's got that drawing of this new pump. We want to talk about that a little bit while we're on new business.
Is this the actual drawing?
Is this the one I brought you, Sue? Okay.
Because this looks like what you gave me.
Okay, I guess that's the one that they drew up, but I had talked to Joe the other day. We went back over there to look, and he was talking about, okay, we'd like to go in that same tube, but we have to cut that tube off. And I said, no. You can do anything, but as long as it wires up to the same electrical components, and it can mount on top of that, but you can't cut that pipe off. So that,
And that's
we
what
need
I
to
can,
specify, make sure that,
that's what I confirmed with the Corps of Engineers. It's a federally regulated levee.
yeah,
So there are certain things that we have to adhere to. So that's why I called up there when you all started talking about a new pump. So I called up there to see if we can do that.
right.
And they said, if we're changing things, it is a long process. If we're not changing anything in our control panel or wiring or how
It mounts to.
it mounts to our existing tubing,
Yeah,
then it's a simple process which can be done in a month or 2.
yeah.
We just gotta send the full schematics to them of how it's gonna be built, how it sits in there, how it wires up, the whole, works. For their engineers to take a look at the diagrams, talk to the builder, answer any, questions, and as long as it's a boat, plug and play basically,
Plug and play.
it's a simple process and they have no problems with it.
Well, he had talked about where that motor would be on that second floor and still have the top floor covered. But he'd have
So
to cut
the-
that pipe off, and I said, no,
No,
you
they
can't do
cannot
that.
cut the
So,
pump or the pipe off.
I don't know why you can't pump it put that motor and everything on top of the lid.
It's a longer shaft, so
Yeah, you'll have a
you're
longer
gonna have
shaft,
more
and maybe a
torque
bearing
there.
in there that you
Yeah.
have, put some grease hoses out of it or
Yeah.
something to grease it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only way we're gonna get it approved.
It's
Is
got
if
a
it mounts to
mount
the top,
right on the
Motor's
top
gonna
of our
sit, have to
tube
be
and then
above the-
a 4 foot,
The grate there.
yes.
4 foot pipe or whatever.
Now, we can cut the grate. We
Yeah.
can cut the grate to fit around,
Yeah, to fit around it.
but we
But
can't
you can't
change
change the pipe below it.
Yeah, we can't change the
Right.
pipe below it.
So I'm gonna bring that up when I go tomorrow, to check on that, check on the pump and tell him that we cannot alter them pipe
I told
whatsoever.
him that day you sent me back down there.
Yeah,
And I told him exactly what the Corps said, and I said, we cannot alter anything.
Okay.
It has to be basically a plug and play.
yeah. And I don't know if this drawing is,
This is not this is a quick one,
this is of one they
because this
did.
is exactly what you gave me that day.
Okay, it was some,
So
one
this
they
is
had
not-
put in somewhere
yes.
else, so. But if pump 3 happens to be just that switch and we go back in the hole, we'll put this on hold for now.
Yeah.
If something happens.
Well, I think this is gonna be
I don't know,
a year in the making anyway.
Yeah.
It's not a quick
I think we
fix.
need to start converting to a different style.
I'd like to get something out of
And the cost of this is gonna
Electric
be
out of the water.
about the same as what the repair
Yeah,
to
Yes.
pump 2 would be
pump
anyway.
2, yes.
So
And we
at least
already
we get a
know-
brand new pump, motor and everything, and
No,
then
that-
save the other one for parts on the other 2
Yeah.
until we can't keep them going within reason, and then we switch to this
Well,
new style.
Even if we start switching, and this is why it's important that we do a plug and play. We
Yeah.
can keep the old pumps, the working pumps, keep the ones that are not working for parts, but keep the working pumps as backup. So if something goes down with one of these, jerk them out, stick one of our old pumps back in.
Yeah,
So then we have 2 emergency operation plans if everything goes down.
okay. So we're gonna kind of put this on a little bit of a hold until we see where we're
Well, I
at.
think
Well,
we
he
need to
told
get,
me
I
it
think
would
we need to get
Yeah, it would-
updated, like, current drawings
Yeah.
that need to be,
Yeah.
we need to get current specs, current drawings,
Yeah.
and current,
Yeah,
price.
this was just something to talk about and
Yeah.
this ain't actually the one he's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I mean,
when,
I think we need to pursue it as if we're gonna move forward with it
Yeah,
until
yeah.
we're not.
All right,
well, the day you sent me down with this, gave me this and sent me back down there to talk to Dean, he said it was gonna take a couple weeks to get actual drawings
okay.
and schematics and everything
Yeah.
to send to the Corps.
Something here on this, Norm, on this
Yeah.
drawing. I know it's not a finished drawing.
Yes.
If you notice on this 50,000 gallon per minute pump, the lower flange width on that is 68 inches. That won't fit in our hole.
No, that would not fit in our hope.
That's what I'm
And
saying, that may be a limitation.
This isn't
That's what
what,
I'm saying, it's not to scale.
Yeah, this
But
is-
something to think about,
yes.
that may be our drawback somewhere along the line.
This is a pump they put in somewhere, built and put in somewhere else. This is the quickest that they had to give us.
To show us something.
Just
Yeah.
an example.
Yeah, and they could possibly make
How-
that smaller
do
to
you
fit our
know
application.
offhand what
They would.
the distance of that tube is?
To the discharge, I think it's 35, I think it's 35 feet from the,
No, I know, yeah, the height.
Yeah.
The width of the pipe,
I thought it was
54?
54, I thought it was 54.
Well, that's a 54-inch pump.
Yeah.
But it goes right down in there. It's got plenty of room all the way around it.
Our existing pumps,
Yeah.
we got like a 1/4 inch on all sides. It's a
Oh,
tight
it's that
fit.
tight on
Yes,
that
it is a
pump?
tight fit. I mean, that pump was specifically designed for here when this levee was being designed. And it was the first of its kind in the United States
Yeah.
at that time. That was 2000. Well, it was designed before that because it was finished in 2000.
Yeah.
So I think that shaft is, I think it's 54 inches diameter, and our flight pumps it's
mean,
got
that
a
could
very
be-
close tolerance. I mean, because you'll bump sides as you're pulling it out. That's why it has to be pulled exactly vertical,
Yeah.
or otherwise it drags.
Okay. Any more discussion on that for now, or?
No, I mean, I'm like Phil, I think we need to go ahead and pursue looking at new modern pumps, but 50,000 ain't gonna cut it. 50,000 gallons a minute ain't gonna cut it, unless we definitely have 2 of them running, and that's still gonna be less than what we got now. Because right now, we are 80,000 gallons per minute with 1 pump.
I got a quick question on that pump 2 that Vanderbilt had.
Yes.
We canceled the Bell housing.
Yes, the decision was made by the board to cancel the suction bell housing on it, with intentions of using,
Pump
at that
threes.
time, using the suction bell off of pump 3 to put on that one.
So what's gonna happen to pump 3?
It's gonna sit there for parts,
Okay.
If.
Unless we
this new
decide-
System would go through.
unless we decide to go ahead and rebuild number 3.
Okay.
Then we'll just order them. They got all the parts for number 2 in, or coming in, they're just ordered.
They still ain't in?
I don't know,
They've had our money for
a good while.
a while now,
Yeah, that was, when did we do that?
April
Oh.
30th.
April 30th. Well, this is
Yeah.
only
Oh, yeah,
May.
we had an extra meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
On this pump sizing, Norm,
Yes,
the 80,000 is good, but we, you know, that's a good deal, but I wonder that we really need 3 80,000 pumps, because if this one right here, this 50,000 gallons, we can pump that with 250 horses. We'll do it the standard rate, that's a 500 amp lock rotor on that. Would
well,
that get us under our demand charge to run that?
I don't know, we'd have to talk
Because
to,
if we needed more, we could start more.
we gotta talk to Citizens Electric about that demand charge.
That's what I'm saying. If we could get under that demand
Well, I've
charge
been-
with this,
But I've been there for 9 years, and twice I've had to have all 3 pumps on. Not for very long, because I run them in stages. Certain heights, when it's certain height, 1 pump kicks on, another height above that, depending on the water flowing in. A second pump will kick on, and then at another height, a third pump kicks in. There's twice in my 9 years here that we've had to, all 3 pumps running for a short period of
But
time.
it's only possible on shore power.
Yes,
You can't
yes.
do
You
that.
can't do it on a generator.
It just,
Well, yeah,
it
you wouldn't
barely
have
run
run.
2.
I think the last time we did that was in 19, because we were on shore power in 19, and we had rain coming in, and I was already at capacity, so three pumps went on. So yes, it is important. This old levee was designed around 80,000 pounds, or 80,000 gallons per minute pumps to handle the flow. And we got, what, 500 acres of floodplain? When that's full and we still got water coming, all 3 pumps have to go on. So we need to get as close with whatever new pump we do, we
Right.
need as close to that 80,000 as we can.
because I wasn't aware that we had
Yeah.
had the need to ever run all 3.
I've worked 3 major floods since I've been here, and 2 of them floods we've had to have 3 pumps on.
Okay. I stand corrected.
Oh, you're right. It's a good question. I mean, and that's what we need to do, is be asking the right questions.
I just ran that by to
Yeah.
try to save the
Sure.
the surcharge
Yes,
on routine maintenance pumping.
yeah.
Like we're doing now.
Routine maintenance pumping, I don't, even with a new pump, I don't think that we're gonna get past that demand charge. And that's something we need to be looking at, Citizens Electric, and at least get a commitment. Okay, if it's 10 o'clock at night, all the main businesses are shut down, there shouldn't be that great of a demand charge that if we pump at night after a certain hour.
Yeah, we can run off
Maybe they
peak.
could work with us.
Yes, maybe they can work with
Say,
us
hey,
for a
we'll pump,
change.
but we'll only start.
Because that $5,000 a pump for the first 15 minutes, each pump,
Mhm.
that's why we went to the generator.
That's why I'm bringing that up. We can
Yeah.
save that, you know. But if not feasible to have the
Yeah.
smaller.
Well, it used to be, prior to my coming on, it used to be, according to Vern, that after a certain hour at night, we avoided the demand charge by pumping late at night. And I said, hey, that works for me. Because I can run my business through the day and then come in at night and start pumping.
Yeah.
That works perfect. And most of the time, that's how I run it, even now, is I come in at the end of the day
Yeah.
and start pumping, when feasible. I mean, if we got a lot of water through the day, then I got no choice. Do what I got to do.
Well, we need to get some clarification, like you
Yes.
say, with citizens on that.
Well, good luck with that, with Citizens Electric. I went around for days with them in the past. Well, after 19, I went around for hours with them, and we cannot get a commitment. The only thing productive that I got out of that last meeting is the levee board has to write a letter to the board of Citizens Electric requesting pumping after hours to reduce that demand charge. And if we go back in minutes, that's during the 19 flood or right after the 19 flood, we will have that where I presented that to the board. I do not know whether anything was ever transpired out of that.
I don't remember.
recall anything
Yeah.
ever
I
being
didn't know
transpiring out of it.
Well, you
It
weren't
wasn't.
on yet.
No, I
don't
wasn't
even know if
around.
I was
Yeah.
on yet.
Yeah, you were on.
Was I?
Yeah, you came on right the same time or the month before or a month after I came on. And that was during 18. Because prior to 18, I just ran the levee patrols on the 16 flood, 17 flood, and then during the 18 is when they pursued me to come on as a technician.
Okay. All right, any other new business?
One little thing, Okie.
Yeah.
We talked about that a little bit today, about the address to the pump station.
Oh, yeah.
Since we've had a fire
That's
there.
probably not a bad idea.
It's supposed to be one-
Is there an address or anything for
Yeah,
that?
it's
2
one-
Marina Drive.
Two.
I thought I was told it was one Marina Drive.
There is something down there that is one, because I have one on one insurance policy and two
Yeah, it's
on the
supposed to be
other.
one Marina
We show
Drive.
2 Marina Drive.
Okay.
Should we have a sign?
Corps of Engineers got it as one Marina Drive too.
Yeah, they do.
Since our
So it is
dispatch,
one Marina Drive.
You tell me what you want.
Let's keep it at one, because
Contact
most of our stuff's at
911.
one. Let's keep it at one, because, I mean, we're the only thing there.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
will let 911 know.
Okay.
I say
We
that
need to add it
because our
Just in case of
dispatch,
an emergency.
Well,
I would
out
assume
there.
the
Maybe
fire
we should-
department knows where it is.
I would think so too, but how often have we had a fire out there? Never.
Well, the other thing is you can contact the fire department and have them do a walkthrough, so they
Yeah.
kind of are familiar.
Well, yes.
A 911 call.
The insurance
Frederick
policy
Town Fire.
have an address on it?
Flat River or
It
whatever.
does.
They don't know
And
where nothing's at. over
part of
there.
it has one,
Now, naturally,
and
the
then
fire department
this
would know
claim,
Felix
I
is
think
there,
they
Yeah.
but
stated
maybe they ain't
two.
around.
So I have two different addresses.
That guy
I just don't want to change it
right
if
past
you're gonna have to
us.
go through the
Well, that
Let me
looks
look
like
at
it
it
over there,
tomorrow.
so we turned around and.
I don't like to know.
I think it needs to be posted,
Yeah.
you know, with our 911 being out in Park Hills now, they don't know where nothing is out there.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
don't,
If
but I
it's
mean,
posted and if
your
somebody-
locals who are gonna react to calls.
As long as I've been here, I've always known it as one Marina Drive.
I did, and I
The
didn't.
Marina was gone long
Long time ago.
time ago.
Right.
So I've always been told it was one Marina Drive.
Gotcha.
So, and I think most of our records show it was one Marina
Well,
Drive.
Sue's gonna check that.
Okay.
Okay.
Because that,
That way we'll
if the
have
thing
that.
showing two Marina Drive could be a typo. Maybe.
Our GIS shows 2.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, because
Yeah.
if it needs to be 1, we can change it.
It's one. Very good.
Yeah.
Or if it's a simple
Makes it
fix, we'll just keep it at 2, you
We'll
know.
find out.
Whatever's the simplest is what we really need to do.
Well, my concern was that, you know, maybe, and it's a simple thing, dude, just put a sign up that says what it is. Because the way people walk that, you know, you have to say, oh, I just had a heart attack, I'm at the pump station.
Yeah.
Where the hell am I? Well, there's a sign, it's one Marina Drive.
Yeah.
You know, it should be something on the fence or somewhere, tell them where they are.
I gotta excuse myself for a minute.
Maybe we can get one of them little signs made up, Marina Drive or something.
Well, I mean, Sue will look tomorrow, if it's one or two, I can let you know, and, I mean, signs can be made.
Okay.
I mean, it's a trivial thing, but if somebody has a heart attack out there, and you know what I'm saying, I know we're doing grab straws, but people walk that, anything can happen out there. And say, where are you at? Well, I'm at the pump station. Try to tell that to Park Hill, they don't know where the hell you're at. You know,
You just have to figure out where you wanna put.
I doubt if they'd even dispatch a policeman down there without an address.
What was it? I had something else.
You were gonna do something for the people that work?
Oh, that's what it was. Yes. Thank you. We had, Saturday, setting all these pumps up. We had some superb, wonderful, volunteer help. One of them was a couple of the city workers, and my son Shane, they spent countless hours there, 13 I think to be exact, over 13, putting all them hoses and
I had
stuff
13
together.
hours that day.
Yeah, they were done a little earlier,
Yeah.
about time we got pumping,
Yeah.
when they were finished. Well, Shane took my Jeep home, he didn't have her away, but, I would like to get them a gift card or something.
Oh, yeah, we need to take care of the
We
people
needed,
that,
they volunteered
Yeah.
and we'd have been still down there if it wouldn't been for
Yeah.
Dennis and Shane putting them damn hoses together. They carried them and rolled them and fought them hitches to put them together. It was,
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't know, what do you guys, I thought for the,
Well, our
like the
tech-
city guys, I would get them enough that Dennis can take them,
well, we need to
to a
find,
Mexican restaurant or something after ours or something, and then,
we
if
need
we-
to find out what their hours are. And we already had, at a previous meeting, anybody working down there gets $25 an hour.
yeah.
So we need to find out how many hours they worked and reimburse them accordingly.
Well,
That's
We
fair.
voted
Yeah, but-
on that.
we did vote on that, but these guys don't
These
want
are,
paid.
well,
They said, no, we're volunteering this.
okay, well,
I mean,
then,
I can't help that.
then let's give them what,
That's what I would-
$100 gift card?
Well,
Each?
each 100, that's exactly what I had in mind, and they can.
Because we can't
however
force
they want.
anybody to take money,
Yeah.
if they don't want it, I'll take it, but. But no,
But if you guys are okay with that,
Yeah.
I have no problems.
Sam,
You
you
need
don't
that
have
in
a
a
problem?
motion? You need a motion on that?
I'm sorry.
You need a motion on that to do that?
I
Probably
need
do.
a motion for that.
I would, you're
Yes.
spending money.
Yeah,
I'll make that motion to
I'll
Okay,
second it.
and we have a second.
for $100.
Dr.
Okay,
Phil,
$100.
and,
$10 each for.
Yes.
and I'll get the names.
So this is for Dennis and Shane? For Dennis?
There was another city guy
We-
there too.
And Frankie.
Dennis, Frank,
Frankie and
and, actually, then Corey was there.
Corey was there for a
Corey was there for a couple of hours.
And Corey, he's on salary anyway, so he didn't do nothing
He
anyway.
would say the same.
But Corey and, Dennis was there all day, and Frank actually was getting paid. He had a half a day or
So
a
you
day's
offered to
pay.
pay Dennis, turn in his hours, and he said, no worries? You offered to pay Dennis, and he said, no worries?
I really didn't get a chance to talk to him. He just said he didn't want nothing,
Okay,
so,
okay. I just asked.
yeah.
So what about the others? Because I know we started out with like 10 people. What do we do about everybody? I know by noon we were down to 7 people because I bought lunch for 7 people.
7 people.
Yes.
Well, Felix was one of
I
them
know
that
we
didn't
got-
want lunch, and
Yeah.
who else was there?
Billy Siebert on here, he's gotta get paid yet.
Yes.
But, and something else we haven't talked about was did you find out the price of tractors?
$90.92.
Yeah.
$90.
Yeah.
You
I
did-
knew it was up there.
Okay.
I couldn't remember the exact dollar amount, but looking at the 19 FEMA chart of what equipment, everything broke down to,
And this is the newest one.
that's the newest one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I knew it was up
Is
there.
that acceptable?
Oh,
You and your dad?
Yeah.
So is that per hour they're running?
Yeah.
Yes,
Just operational hours.
operational hours.
Yeah.
Do you want, cause Norton's got the hours.
Yeah, I
If
got
we're done, I mean, we can wait till we're done with them completely. If you wanna pay
If you
what
think
we
we're
got
gonna need
now,
it,
that's
I don't-
fine. I mean, we're not worried about it until it works, so.
Okay.
I'd say pay him now for his hours,
And if,
and then if we still need them,
We'll
it's
just
already
start-
there at the
we'll just
moment.
start
Yeah,
over
they're still
again.
Yeah,
there.
we can
so-
always start the hours over again.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So, Phil had,
It was 30
15 hours on each tractor,
Yeah.
operational time.
So that just goes.
So he had 2
Just go
tractors,
Wood Brothers.
and then Billy, he had,
11.
11 hours.
And I wanna,
And
Billy
we,
spent 8 hours with me on Sunday. I wanna pay him the 25
yeah,
hours.
absolutely, yes,
And I'm also, he was there on Saturday also.
yes.
Yeah.
Actually, we just.
Saturday was 13-hour day. I don't care how you cut that, that's a 13-hour day, and he was there from start to finish.
Yeah, who was?
Billy was.
Yeah,
All of us was there from start to finish. Whether we were directly on site or
Yeah.
out getting stuff to bring to the
Yeah.
levee, we were all there 13 hours that day.
so I know he had 8 on Sunday and okay.
It would be,
Well, Billy came about an hour late. He wasn't,
yeah,
he had to get his tractor and stuff and
So
he showed up. So we had 8
20 hours.
and 12, yeah. So put Billy down for 8 and 12.
plus 11 hours for his tractor.
And 11 hours for his tractor.
Okay.
And I'd say you could put that on, you could make one.
Now,
just
we
one
paid-
check for him.
Now, we paid for the mechanical failure on that pump, the shaft.
Yeah, that's what that.
Okay.
That, I took care of that.
Okay,
Yeah, that
all
bill
right.
is,
Yeah.
we paid it. I mean, Carter
Yeah.
Joggers fixed it for us. And that had to be welded.
Yep, yep.
And how many hours did you have? 13 as well, or?
I was there, but I wasn't that worried about it. So, it's whatever.
So,
If everybody else is
Friday,
doing it, that's
I'm
fine.
trying to remember
Either
what,
way,
I know you were with me for 8 hours. On and off. It was at noon, we started arranging stuff for this emergency operation. So I met up with you.
Yeah, because we got home about 8 o'clock that night.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, we had,
I had, just from,
No, we're talking about Friday night,
Oh,
going to get all
Friday
this
night.
stuff.
just
Yeah, you
from
guys were late.
noon, just from noon when we started putting this emergency operation into play, I had 8 hours and 15 minutes. And I met up with you, what was it, 4?
Yeah, we met at 4 to go up. and
But
get
we
the
had
pumps.
started getting stuff
Well, I had
together
gone out to
prior
BE and
that.
got that pump and
Yeah.
hoses moved in. and-
Yeah, so I'm gonna say you had at least 8 hours that day.
Probably so.
Yeah, at least.
Because we were down there pulling the other pump and that's when we
Yeah.
got all the plans going and that
Yeah.
was before noon at that point, I think.
Oh, yeah, because we
So-
started pulling the pump at 8:15 to noon. So you made, you're probably at least 10 hours.
Well,
At least 10 hours. If you're good with that,
I'm
we'll just
okay
go
with
with 10
8
hours.
is fine too, so.
10 hours. Because this was no small feat pulling this off in the short time that we pulled it off.
Arnie's guys,
Yeah.
they all got paid.
He still
We're gonna
has
get a
for
bill
minute.
on that. That's why I'm just thinking that it was just them 3.
So it's 10 hours for Phil, it was 10 hours on Friday, 13 hours on Saturday. Did you come in on Sunday?
No, I was
Okay.
not there on Sunday.
So 20.
Sunday I was trying to keep my wife happy.
Oh,
Because
good luck with that.
missed the last couple days there.
Yeah.
So you had 23 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got Billy taken care of, we got Bill taken care of. We've got gift cards for 3 people or more?
3. I got-
3?
Dennis, Frankie, and Shane.
Okay, what about the other guys that were there, that were helping?
Pardon me?
What about the other guys that were there that was helping? Because they were there all morning.
Because Felix was there too.
Yeah, Felix was there.
He went up to
Buzz
get the
was there a
first
while,
one.
but
I was there.
Buzz
from
just
9
come
o'clock
over to
till
support
6.
me. He
Okay,
didn't,
what
he
about
don't
the-
want anything. I'm gonna buy his lunch.
Okay.
Yeah, Buzz
Well, I
and
just
Felix
wanted-
were 2 of
I guess
them.
everybody else
I-
had
And the
paid.
4 of us,
What the heck?
and then those 3, and then,
We'll talk about
That's
that.
it then,
Yeah.
yeah.
and,
I just want to make sure everybody's, our
Well, I don't
volunteers,
wanna
whether they're
forget anybody or
volunteers.
make anybody mad.
Cause
Yeah.
did
Oh, I ain't
we get-
worried about making people mad.
did we get,
Well, I
did we
am.
buy Buzz's lunch that day?
Did
he get a burger that day?
Yes.
So,
First number 1 rule of leadership, if you're afraid to make anybody mad, you're a poor leader.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Oh, so I ain't worried about making people mad. I want what's right
Yeah.
done.
Very good.
And so whether they're volunteers or whether they're paid people, we need to make sure everybody that helped out is compensated.
Yeah,
We don't want to burn a bridge.
yeah.
for sure. For sure. Good help's hard to come by.
Oh, my, tell me. So, we've got everybody taken care of.
Yeah.
As far as I can think
What
of.
was the other thing I was
Okay,
supposed to bring
you've
up?
got 3 people
I've got the 3
from the,
gift
from the
cards.
city.
And then for hour-wise, I have Phil at 23, Billy at 20, and then I've got their tractors
Yes,
separated.
and then
And
Oki
then-
and I have already taken care of ours.
And then Sam had hours.
Yes, I don't know how many hours you had.
Well, I came in on that Saturday there, I came in at 9:30, something like that. And I stayed till, what was it, probably 5:30, 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
6 o'clock, I
It
think,
was
when
6, I
we was
think,
all
when we left
clocked
there,
out.
roughly.
Oh,
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Then Sunday I met you down there around noon. And I was there till
it was actually 7:30 when we all left.
5, something like that. I left a little bit before you.
Okay,
So 5 hours on Sunday.
Yeah, because Oki needed somebody to come help babysit, so I went down and helped start the tractors all up.
Yeah, you helped me start up that morning.
Well, I was there when Billy's tractor went down, and we was standing there watching the pipes.
Well, yeah, we want everybody taken care of.
yeah, I mean, it's just right.
So 15 hours.
We gotta treat people
9
right.
on Saturday, 5 on Sunday. Okay. Anybody else?
I think that we've taken care of everybody now. Sam, you and me,
Yeah.
Sam,
Phil?
Bill,
Billy?
the 3, Billy, and the 3 other workers.
Correct.
And your son.
Yes.
He's one.
And, okay, he's one of the 3?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Shane's
got
on,
Okay.
he's getting a
Shane.
gift card.
What about Corey? I know he was there at least 2 hours.
He's not gonna worry about that.
Okay, that's, I mean, do we just let that slide, or?
Yeah,
Or do we give
what I
him a-
kind
or do we
of
give him a
mentioned to
smaller
Corey
gift
last
card?
night that I'd give them,
Yeah,
the
and you can take them all
workers a
out.
gift card and they can decide, he said, make it to the Mexican restaurant and we'll go when we want. So with them, 3 of them, let's do $250 on Frank and the city guys. Because Corey was there twice, he come by Sunday
So
too.
250 for,
250, and we'll just
Dennis.
give that to Dennis and say, here, Dennis, take your guys for
It's
Mexican
absolutely fine.
meal
I talked with
and
Corey,
a few
he's
beers
fine.
if you want, that's fine. They were
Okay.
superb.
I mean,
That ought to give
this
them
ain't the first time that I've dealt with volunteers, and I always make sure my volunteers are taken care of.
$100 one.
he feels fine.
Okay, all right.
He didn't even want that, but I'm gonna make him says he takes it.
Okay.
And do you want me to go get them or can, we'll just go to the Mexican restaurant out there and get them.
Oh, that, saying that right there. As a superintendent, can I get a card of my own.
That's what it was.
Yes, a card of my own. So if you're not around and we've got an emergency, I don't have to go spend my money or try and track some other method down.
I don't have a problem with it. When you gotta get stuff, you gotta get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily you do all that. And
Well, I'm
what I did,
really good at
well,
keeping
I was-
records.
23 or $400 I wrote out of my own account last week, but she back paid me right away, but I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I spent like $1,200 out of my pocket
Yeah.
before getting the card for the fuel. So I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we need a motion to give the superintendent his card
I
or,
don't think you do, but it wouldn't hurt.
yeah.
that
I'll make a
that way
motion
it's
that-
at least on record.
Yeah.
Norm, the superintendent, card to
And Sammy, or
Yeah, I'll pass it.
I'll
Operational
second it. I don't
expenses.
care. I guess I can second something, can I?
Sure.
And that's what it was. I knew there was something I wanted to bring up, but I forgot.
And you can bet I guard that like a
Okay.
on life.
Yeah.
Well, if you misuse it, we'll take it away.
If I misuse something, you better just put me on the ground right then because I've broken my own standards and principles.
That's
Well,
just the
you-
way that works.
Yeah.
Will he need a different limit than what you got?
Yeah, there's, what
know-
is the limit on that?
I honestly don't even know what that one.
My personal one's 30,000 a day for my business.
This is
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
5,000
Yeah, I
for the
don't think it's
month.
there.
Yeah, we don't have a,
I mean, ours
If
is,
you run into a problem, you gotta call the bank and they'll just.
Yeah.
up it.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I have to do with mine if I got a larger expense than
I
30,000.
mean, and what do you think you need on a limit for a card?
Well, I just spent 1,200 over the weekend.
I mean, can you
That's
set it
so-
at $3,000?
Yeah, I think that's what
I think
mine,
there's five
Yeah.
on that one now.
I think mine-
I'm not
But
100%.
depending on the
can
bank,
we
and
just get another?
sometimes they just set it at
Yeah,
500
just get
bucks
it.
and
Yeah.
you don't know
That'd be the
until you
same as
go up
yours.
to buy something.
Exactly.
And it's,
Then you
what
can't
is,
get it
what is
done.
my discretionary spending? Is that 2 or 3,000? I thought it was
actually
3,000.
thought it was,
but that's on credit. I mean, you gotta.
No, for the discretionary spending, we're going back several years.
Purchasing policy.
Purchasing
Yeah.
policy, I thought for discretionary spending for the month for the levy, I thought it was 3,000.
I mean, I used to have a copy in here.
I thought yours was 3 and
And
Vernon's
Vern's was 2.
2. It was 5,000 total.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
5,000 total.
That's right.
Without,
So 3,000 is more than enough. I mean, we
Did you
didn't
say the
exceed,
card was
we
5?
didn't exceed that during this
I'm pretty sure it
emergency.
is, I'm
Yeah.
not,
the card's 5, so we just leave
Okay,
it.
well, we want to verify.
I will.
Because they did that to me on one of my cards, like you said, it was set at $500 and, well, in business, you can't buy a whole lot on $500.
Yeah,
So I had to change all my cards
yeah.
for the limits.
Okay.
And that will keep us out of a pinch when if we have something else like this
Something
come
again
up.
like that.
Yes,
As far as fuel and stuff like that, Heil bills us, so.
okay.
But if we get it through Heil.
Yeah.
That you had to.
When do we, yeah.
You had to go to the
Oh, I went to,
station to
I
get
went
it.
to MFA for that,
Yeah,
because I couldn't get the red dye in local
right,
town.
right, you gotta go out.
So I went out to MFA to get that fuel.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, for 100 gallons, I had to run the card twice to get 100 gallons.
Oh, yeah.
That is insane on
Yeah.
diesel.
If you'd had something besides that.
It used to be a cut out at
Gator, you kinda went out-
$100,
Yes,
but I don't know if it's still,
Donnie Howell's
some of them
and his
are upping it to like
$1 to fill
125.
everything up.
yeah.
Well, when fuel's almost $5 a gallon, it don't
Yeah.
take long to hit that.
They,
I know, I get that, cause I've had to do the same thing.
I remember the last time it was up high like this, and I was paying these prices on diesel for my work truck.
Yeah.
And I'd have to run it twice, because when the prices go up, the
Okay.
gas stations set a new limit.
Yeah.
So,
And I think it's just so people don't end up spending way more
Three
than what
times
they.
the motorhome.
Let's get this finished up. How about public participation? You got any more you wanna say?
Good job, everybody.
There you go. And I would favor a motion for.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Sounds good
I'll
to me.
second that. With Bill.
And thank you, gentlemen.